Hello there. It's time to talk about some songs from Spain in Eurovision. That's at least what I'm going to be doing today. There are 30 songs that Spain have participated with in Eurovision between the years 1993 and 2022. And I have 7 categories where I'm going to try and fit them all in. It's going to be a long one. So I'm prepared for that. Hopefully, you're prepared for that as well. I mean, it's not going to be much of a discussion. I'm just going to tell you what I think, but I do look forward to all the time. If you want to share some of your opinions on these songs in the comments, I'm looking forward to reading about that because that's always a little bit of fun for me to see what other people think. Still, it's going to be a long one today, so I think we should just get right into it. I've stocked up with something to drink, so I'm ready for. Mm, I'll get my caffeine or caffeine. We're gonna get going. Spain in Eurovision, I think, is a bit of a hit or miss. A lot of people are probably not that fond of a lot of their entries, but I think we have a lot of gems in here and a lot of not so gems. But we'll get to those. 1993 is one of those that really divide opinions, I think, and a lot of people seem to really like it. And unfortunately, I'm not really one of those people. I think this one is so overly energetic and overly chaotic to a point where it just kind of becomes frustrating for me. And that's more like a me problem than a song problem. But I think the song is very all over the place. It's incohesive, it's messy, doesn't really hold up to what I think a lot of the other more energetic songs, especially even from Spain. I think this one kind of pales in comparison a lot, in all honesty. The song from is it 1990, the Bandido one, is just far superior in my opinion. I know maybe I shouldn't compare them straight out like that, but I mean I get the same vibe from them, and this one is just too messy for me. It's simply not for me. I don't get any enjoyment out of it, unfortunately. But that's just me, you know. If you like it, then more power to you. I know a lot of people do. I know a lot of people do. 1994, I think this one is a bit stronger. It's a bit underwhelming. It doesn't really stand out that much, but I think the vocal performance here is strong. It has a drive in this. It's like a pretty like a mellow, soft rock ballad. But it still, you know, has like a little bit of a pop tune into it. It's somewhat kind of memorable in a sense, and as well as having a pretty strong vocal performance, I think. Spanish language sounds great in this one as well, so I think this is a solid effort altogether. It doesn't really stand out too much, but it's an okay song that I don't really have anything against, and I think it's performed quite well as well. So, solid. 1995 is anything but solid. It's just straight up fantastic. Vuelve Conmigo has one of the best vocal performances in Eurovision history, maybe. Um, Very driving chorus, memorable, lovely incorporation with the call response technique for the main vocal and the backing vocal in this song. Flows very well into the chorus. The final chorus is very explosive, and Grand just kind of takes over with the vocal arrangement in particular. Liking a lot of the aspects. Instrumentally, it's quite strong, especially for being from 1995. Well staged, incredibly well performed. It just ticks all the boxes, really. It's also one of these choruses that are really just iconic with its melody and its intonation. It sticks into your head, and it's stuck there for quite a while, and it's just really enjoyable. Both has like that drama and an upbeat tone to it as well, which just really makes it work. Fantastic. 1996, however, does not work. I feel a bit harsh putting it in the what happened here, but that's kind of what I'm feeling when you see like what songs kind of surround it from Spain. But I guess it's just not for me. I find the whole package of this quite odd. I don't really connect with it. The vocal performance is very strange. I'm not a fan of it. The constant bongo drums or congas or whatever, it's not really a backing track that fits to my liking per se at any point. Actually, I'm lying because there are plenty of songs actually which have these has an instrumental like this, but then it's more instrumentally driven. I don't think this one really knows what it wants to do. It's a bit unclear of what it is. If that makes sense. It's just not for me though. Regardless of what the song is trying to do, I don't vibe with it. So yeah, we'll keep it down there. I think this one is called like Sinrin Kor or something though. This one I definitely click with. It's a very emotionally driven ballad. Starts off quite slow, grows incredibly well, has a brilliant final chorus to it, fantastic vocal performance, brilliant stage layout, just overall fantastic. It's not like one of these overwhelming, just incredible songs like Vuelve Conmigo, I think, but still, I can't really consider it less than fantastic because I really just connect with this. And I think it's so passionately performed and well executed that I just consider it a fantastic entry. So yeah, that's that. 1998 doesn't really what do you call it? Doesn't really hold back either. It's unfortunate that it didn't get a very good result because I think this is a very beautiful ballad. It's not quite on par with the 95 and 97 effort, but still really great. Beautiful vocal performance, has a lovely melody. Like the melody in the chorus of this song is actually incredibly beautiful. And I really connect with it. And I also like the way the song progresses. The verses are a bit on the anonymous side, maybe, but I still kind of like them. But the chorus is just the main selling point here. It has a beautiful melody. Sounds great with the instrumental behind it as well. And the vocal arrangement for this melody is flawless as well. Really love it. And I like the presentation of it as well. Something I don't like the presentation of is the effort in 1999. The clothing choice is awful, but or maybe it isn't. It's just I don't really know much about clothing and style and fashion. But it in my opinion doesn't look great. The song sounds pretty good, pretty all right. I mean, it has a nice melody to the chorus. There's like a little bit of a drive to it. Then there's like this occasion after the chorus where the melody is just straight ripped out of True Colors by Cyndi Lauper, which is a bit unfortunate because I'm a big no-no on stealing melodies from other songs. But I mean, I guess that's a small part of it. It's still an I like it, but because I think the chorus has something in it. It's a solid melody. There's nothing wrong with the performance, like vocally or arrangement wise. It's just that it's a bit of a odd thing to look at, I guess. This clothing choice and everything, but yeah. Still, there's a good song in here, I think, but doesn't really do itself completely the justice that maybe it needs or deserves, or yeah. 2000, kind of a underwhelming track, in all honesty. It doesn't really leave an imprint in my mind. Like the melody is all right, it's upbeat. I like the opening section of the song, but it just kind of ponders on, doesn't really go anywhere. I don't remember what the song is called, but that kind of sums up my feelings about it. It's almost solid. It's pretty much solid, but it's too uninteresting to be in solid. I think I'm gonna put it in the I like it but category because it's kind of just uninteresting. Doesn't really offer a satisfying progression either. I think the song just kind of goes on and on and on and doesn't really do anything remarkable. Chords are nice. I think maybe I should elevate. It's between these two categories. It's somewhere here between, so you get that. Dime que la quiero, or something like that. This is a banger. Certified bang. I love it. Love me some Latino pop at times. But this one is just so much fun, so much energy in it. The intensity of the drumming, fantastic. The chorus is an earworm. It just sticks in your head. The performance is fantastic. The choreography, everything just works. It's such a colorful both song and performance. Love it. Love every second of it. One of the standouts of 2001 for sure. Quite a stale year, and then this just comes in and blows everything out of the water, really. It's a great performance, a great song. Love it. 2002, Europe's Living a Celebration. Never really clicked with this one, even though it was a massive favorite. I still kind of like it. Like, I like the bounciness of it and how energetic it is. The vocal performance is strong. I like the inviting, charming atmosphere that everything tries to establish on stage. She's a good performer. everything just kind of speaks well for it. So I guess I'll have to put it in the really great category. But for my personal preference, I think the 98 effort is much stronger and it's much more up my alley. But 2002 is still a really good effort. And so is Dime. I think the song is called, right? Dime. It's a brilliant choreography, like brilliant performance on stage. Song has a catchy hook. The instrumental is quite driving and dominant. I like the beat. I like the vibe. I like the progression of the song. It's just really great. Doesn't do anything outstanding, I think, and there's not really that much variety throughout the song, but it does what it wants to do, and it keeps my attention quite well. And I'm usually really just enjoying listening to it and watching the performance as well because it's a very solid package altogether. So yeah, that's another really great one, and we have another really great one. This category is gonna get stacked. I don't know what the song is called, but it's a title in Spanish. It's kind of in the same vein as Dime Que La Quiero, I think, but this one is maybe not equally memorable, but it's kind of equally fun, I think. It has a great hook to it. I'm liking the incorporation of the backing vocals as well. There's like a call response technique for the B section of the chorus. Um, I think what makes it even better is that it participated in such a weak year because 2004 was not something to write home about, and this stands out so well in a year like that. Just a great package, great performance, fun song. It's catchy, up tempo, just enjoyable. I'm having a blast every time I listen to it, and well performed. Altogether, really, really great. I think we're getting into a period of Spain in Eurovision now that maybe isn't so great. This one in 2005 with I don't really remember the name of the song or the group or anything about it, but I remember it's these three women with a pretty annoying hook. They're moving around a lot, and then there's a guy shouting within the instrumental breaks. It's all over the place. It's very messy. Somewhat charming, maybe. Like it's a bit like just in all of its chaoticness. Do you say that? I don't know. In all of its chaos that goes on stage here and in the song, there's something entertaining about it for me, but it's still not for me. No, I don't know. I just can't connect with it, even though that it stands out and I remember it. That's for sure, but not much more. It's still better though than when Las Ketchup participated in Eurovision. Un Bloody Mary, por favor. Horrendous, absolutely horrendous. I hate everything about it. Unfortunately, I mean, Acerje is obviously their most famous track, which is a upbeat, catchy, happy song that makes me feel upbeat. It lifts my spirits. This one doesn't do anything. It's more like of the relaxing, chilling by the pool vibe, drinking Bloody Marys, and it's just uninteresting. It's background music. It's elevator music with a performance that feels so kind of self-centered in a way, with them just lying down in chairs and spinning around on them. And no, it's just I can't get behind it. I'm sorry, but it's so far away from everything that I would possibly like. I guess the instrumental has something in it that, like, the vibe of it kind of connects with me, but overall it feels very plastic. It doesn't really offer any character that I would like to listen to in music, and the performance just kind of agitates me. So no. Actually, kind of a little bit of an upside here with I Love You Mi Vida, though, in 2007. I like this song. I think it's upbeat. I think it's fun. I think it's charming. It's very flirty, which works in its favor. Colorful, great hook, great energy. A bit on the messy side with the constant shouting in the instrumental sections. It doesn't really sound that great in the sound mix during the performance. But I like the rhythmic hits. I like the energy of the drums, the intensity of them. The performances are pretty great. The choreography is great. Chorus is very memorable. And the verses have like a nice suspenseful tone to them that really builds towards the chorus, which is so explosive. I think it's really great. I'll go as far and say that. I put it up in this category. I have a lot of fun with this song. I really do. So yeah, I'll put it up there. 2008, I don't know what happened here. Baila Chiqui Chiqui, it's just awful, isn't it? I mean, if you find it funny, then more power to you. I simply just don't. And then if you don't find this funny, then it's probably, in your opinion, the worst among the worst songs in Eurovision, and that's just the case for me. I don't think many people have it like as a it's an okay song. No one would think that, would they? If you think that, then tell me, because I'm intrigued to know. But no, everything about this is just wrong for me. The concept of it's proper clownery on stage, really, and the song is he's playing with his toy guitar, and no, it's just I get frustrated and provoked just by talking about it. 2009, La Noche es para mí, catchy, upbeat, makes me somewhat happy. A little bit on the forgettable side, unfortunately. I like the backup dancers. They offer a lot of energy to it and kind of make it into a cool performance. And it's like it's energetic, it's intense. I kind of get dragged into it, but it's not something I seek out to watch or listen to again. Solid, I'd say. Wow, I'm talking so much now. I need a little break. I think I'm restored. And I'm restored for a good one. 2010, Algo Pequeñito. This is a divisive little piece, I assume. I think it's incredibly charming. I love the world building of this. I think it's very creative. It really just goes all out with the approach that it wants to take. The dynamic sound stage of it is strong. The vocal performance is great. Like when the backing vocals come in and really just empower certain words and certain phrases, it becomes very hard hitting, which just really works for me. The performance is fantastic. I just love this whole tacky kind of circus theme that they're going for. It's very charming, and I like how the instrumental really utilizes instrumentation that fits with the theme very, very well. Chorus is memorable. The structure is nice. I like how it kind of utilizes big hits and rhythmic breaks to really indicate the specific rhythm that the song wants to take. Do I think it's fantastic? Maybe not. I would have liked a bit more playfulness, maybe. I think it's a playful song, but it definitely could be done more with this one. You could always do more. Or no, that's kind of not true, but I think in this case, you could have definitely taken it a step further and gone all in. I think the song is a bit tame. Doesn't really have much of an explosiveness to it. Maybe that's not their approach, but I think more dynamic in terms of velocity could have enhanced this. Yeah, I still think it's really great. I'm having tons of fun with it. Now I'm just trying to find flaws within it. Then we have 2011, and this, yeah, I can see on the screen kind of what this one is. I never remember this one. I think 2011 is a pretty strong year, which I know I'm in the minority of thinking, but this one is not really one of the songs that I really particularly remember or enjoy from that year. It's charming and upbeat, it's harmless, and it's just supposed to make me happy. They're looking happy on stage, so I guess that's enough to put it in the I like it category. But there are flaws, and those are the fact that I don't really particularly enjoy it, and I don't think it's very challenging songwriting-wise, production-wise, and it doesn't really pique my interest. So yeah, that's that. Quédate Conmigo does pique my interest. 2012, real highlight in Spain's catalog of Eurovision entries. This is a fantastic power ballad with a fantastic vocal performance and a fantastic staging. Everything is just fantastic. I think we can move on. It's just perfect, really. I mean, it's not something that just really clicks with my personal preference of music, but it's just such a flawless piece of songwriting that I can't really find anything in it that I want to enhance or change. It's just exactly what it wants to be, and it is that to the fullest of its potential. So yeah, we'll put that there. 2013 is a bit of a blip in the Spanish catalog. This is such a forgettable song. I'm sorry, I can never remember how it goes. I just know that I think it's a bit screechy and a bit underwhelming at the same time, which is kind of odd. But yeah, it just doesn't really have anything interesting going for it. Um, yeah, really, I can't really find anything interesting about it. It's energetic, but it's just not for me. It's too underwhelming and too uninteresting. I always forget about it instantly. It's just one of those songs that I don't have any connection to it, and I don't really ever, even if I try, I can't manage to really connect with it. So no. Um, 2014, Dancing in the Rain. It's a solid pop ballad. I don't think it's much more than that. It's again, it's a great vocal performance. It's very well staged. I think this one is a bit flat in terms of its melody mainly. The instrumental isn't too interesting, but the melody in the chorus kind of just dies down a little bit. It's weighing quite heavy. um, I think like when you have these high notes and it's a big explosive kind of chorus, when the second like lines and third and fourth are just dragged down to the bottom and kind of become like a whispery style, it just kind of becomes a collision in my opinion. I don't really get the idea behind that, and I think the chorus is a massive letdown because of that. Even though the song is well structured and has a good idea to it and a good vocal performance, I just don't like the approach that they've taken, and I think the melody is a big letdown in the song. So, it's still solid. I mean, it has redeeming qualities, but there are a few things of it that I don't really particularly enjoy as well. So we'll put it there. Amanecer is one of the strangest songs for me to grade. I never know what to do with it. It's such a weird one because I think the song is fantastic, no doubt about it. It's so epic, it's so kind of monumental. The instrumental is fantastic, just how strong it is, how palpable, and just kind of enigmatic it becomes. The drumming is intense, the string work is just flawless throughout. It creates so much suspense and mystery in the backing track. Also has a great movement to it. The vocal style is fantastic in the verses. You know, it's kind of whispering at the same time as it goes in the elevations. It's a very dynamic vocal performance that works well with the backing track. Then the chorus is more grand, epic. The vocals kind of rise up and really become powerful, and the intense percussion behind it really works along with that. And I also like how the song is structured because the first chorus is just based on heavy hits that are long, and then the other choruses are more with the constant drumming that's more energetic and intense, and that just creates a very nice flow throughout the song. I also like how after the first chorus, the second verse where the energy picks up with the drumming, which is just a nice touch because the opening becomes so very stale is such a negative word, but it's a very mellow and restrained opening, and the energy first kicks in the second verse instead of like creating a first chorus where you throw in the energy from out of nowhere. Here they let the first chorus kind of become like a bridge towards the energy being built into the second verse, which is a nice detail. I'm talking a lot about this song, but it's because I feel so passionately about it because I don't really like the stage performance of it. That's my issue. I don't. I like the first half of it. I think it's quite strong. I think what I don't like is her standing in this all alone on stage and then doing movements like these to the sides and then just dragging her hands like this. I think it looks stupid, and that's just it just kills it for me. I like the aspect when the backing dancer comes in towards the end, and I also really like that section of the song actually, where the strings kind of pick up and creates this additional part of the song after the second chorus. It's a fantastic moment. Um, I just can't watch the performance, but I love listening to this song. I'm just gonna put it in really great because that becomes kind of a middle road. But the performance, it had to be something else. It's no wonder they didn't do as well as they should have when they staged it like that. It's so unfortunate. We'll move on. I've talked about that one for way too long. Say Yay is kind of a similar thing, I guess. It was a massive favorite pre-contest. Upbeat, catchy, energetic song, makes me happy. I thought the performance was quite alright. It had the energy. It really offered all of that. I never really saw this as a winning contender anyway. It's not a song that really clicks with me that well. I just think it's a great listening experience for 3 minutes, and I'm having a blast listening to it. And I think it's quite well performed as well. Really great. Um, yeah, I could put this song on any time and I would enjoy myself. It's just fun, upbeat, harmless, and energetic. I just like that. Uh, Yikes. Yeah, do it for your lover. How harsh should I be? Like when I'm looking back on the list now, I'm thinking like this song doesn't deserve to be here, does it? No, it doesn't. I'm moving that down. I'm almost tempted to move this. No, okay, let's keep those there and let's put you here as well. No, I don't like this. It's annoying. The chorus is repetitive, monotonous. I don't like this type of music, so that's already a big no for me. Subjective opinion, you know. I mean, for being the type of music that it is, I guess it's not terrible. I mean, it does what it wants to do, but you just can't look away from the terrible performance that it had on stage. I mean, it's bad enough that the voice crack became a meme, and that you shouldn't have a voice crack on the final of the biggest music competition in the world. It's just unfortunate, but also just the concept of the performance, the backing vocalist guys that stand with their guitars hitting the bodies of them and looking stupid. And then you have the surfing boards on the screen in the floor. It all just looks dumb, and I don't like it. Yeah, we'll move on. Tu Canción, I think this song is beautiful. I loved the revamp of it. They added like small details throughout the song that really just elevated, in my opinion. It's a beautiful vocal performance. Combined, I think they match each other very well vocally. Particularly fond of the way I don't remember their names, but the guy here has a very unique voice, which I'm really fond of, especially in a song like this. I think it becomes a very sensitive and vulnerable tone in his voice, and the woman here sings incredibly well and professionally. So it's just a combination of great voices. Then they kind of just went all in with the whole romance theme between them. It kind of became too much. You kind of got uncomfortable seeing them on stage together. At least I did. Um, I think solid. Gotta have to do it. Felt a bit all too much when I saw it on stage. It felt a bit fake, and it didn't really um, deliver on the qualities of the song. It became more focused just on them instead of actually highlighting that the song is actually quite strong, in my opinion. So yeah, solid. Lavenda is more than solid. I think this is tons of fun, great performance, just lovely performance, lovely energy on stage, lovely charisma. The song has so much energy, I can never sit still to it. I just love getting along with it, and it's really great. It's really, really, really great, I think. Tons of fun, high energy, very intense, in a good way. Universo, I'll kind of like this one as well, actually. Should I put this? Where should I put this? Universo, I think melodically it's quite strong. Vocally it's also quite strong, and instrumentally it's also quite strong. Production quality on this one is actually great, I think. I'm liking the main hook of the song, like the choruses with like the drop approach that they take. I think they sound pretty great, and I like the vocal detailing during these sections of the song as well. I think the structure is quite alright. It keeps my attention. It's a solid pop song just altogether. I just call it a solid pop song though. Does that mean it should be in solid? It probably is more deserved to be put in solid, but I think it's pretty close to this category up here, actually. I really enjoy it, but I'll keep it in solid. Voy a quedarme. The reason why I wanted to put Universo in really great is because I think Voy a quedarme is a solid ballad, but I like Universo more. So maybe that's just the reason why I wanted to put it there. But Voy a quedarme, very pretty ballad, well sung. Staging was beautiful, in all honesty. The only thing is that this song is a bit too underwhelming. It doesn't really have enough to keep my interest throughout the 3 minutes. It's a bit too slow moving, doesn't really have a melody that actually sticks. Production quality of it is not really anything special. And I think that's kind of the main setback of this song, is that it's not really that special. I mean, it's very emotionally attaching for him, for the performer, but it doesn't really transmit to me as an audience, unfortunately. Even though it's beautifully staged and he sings it incredibly well, just doesn't click because it doesn't really have anything that really you can latch onto as a listener, because the song is moving forward too slowly. It doesn't really have enough movement in either melody or instrumental. It feels like it's dragging a bit all the way throughout, in all honesty, which is the way I'm speaking of it is like I should put it down here, but I do still like it enough to put it in solid. Ugh, tier lists are a mess, really. Still, we're moving forward. We have I've actually forgotten what the song is called. Slow Mo, that's what it's called. This is fantastic again. Yeah, it is fantastic. It's gonna be up here. And the reason why it's fantastic is because of the stage performance. I mean, that's really all you need to know. Songwriting wise, this isn't too interesting for me. Instrumentally, I think it's quite strong. Has a lot of energy and great rhythms stacked on top of each other in here. The chorus is mind-numbingly monotonous and repetitive, and I don't really like it. But I still like the instrumental side of things throughout this song. The verses are also quite solid. I like the energy that they're being built into those, and the vocal approach in the verses really work for me, while the chorus doesn't. But everything that's just great about this is the performance. The charisma of Chanel is out of this world, and the way it's just being performed with such kind of confidence, I think, is the main thing to really take away from this one, because it's a very confident performance. They know exactly what they're doing, and it looks completely professional and never in doubt of just being a fantastic performance. And I think that's really what just sets it apart from most songs, if not all songs that have been in Eurovision. It's the one performance where you can't look away throughout the entire runtime of the performance. I truly believe that. Yeah, it just kind of glues your eyes to the screen. And if they would have had the perfect pop anthem to go together with a performance like this, could have been well, it would have been among the greatest. I just think the song is slightly dragging it down, in all honesty. But maybe the song needs to be a bit on the monotonous side for the performance to really get its deserved spotlight, I guess. But yeah, that's just me speculating. Still, this is my tier list for Spain in Eurovision. There's nothing I would really put in among the greatest, but I think Spain is quite a strong Eurovision country, in all honesty. There are a few songs that are quite unfortunate to be in their catalog, but still, there are a lot of great ones and a lot of ones that I really enjoy. Quite a consistent country, I guess you could say. Even though they're kind of cover the entire board here, but this is still, it's 30 songs that are on the board right now, so there would be a bit of a spread. Still, this was fun. Next time out, there are gonna be 30 songs again, because we're gonna be doing Sweden, my home country, next, and I'm gonna be biased as hell probably. But I think you're all kind of prepared for that. So I hope to see you in that one as well. If not, well, maybe I'll see you in the Switzerland one, or the Turkey one, or the Ukraine one, or the United Kingdom one, or not at all. Either way, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.